Hi guys, Tracy here with a quick share video of this series of layouts that I did. These layouts may not be new to you. If you follow my channel quite regularly, you will know that I did a process video for this layout which was called Trip, and I did a process video for this double-sided 6x12 layout that is called Crazy for You. And then I also shared my Hedley layout in my video about what I made at Crop and Create. However, I thought that this series of layouts were different enough from what I usually do that they warranted a separate share video, just to talk a little bit about one way that you can scrapbook an event that you go to. I actually didn't scrapbook a whole lot of photos from this event just because we didn't take a whole lot of great photos at the event. Really only one turned out quite nice. The selfies were all very grainy and not very nice, and there were some videos. I could put a couple QR codes in here that link to the videos, but I'd have to post them, and I haven't done that. So this is just an alternative way to document an event that you go to. I could have very well put lots more pictures on this. Like I could have, for example, put more pictures on this part of the layout, or I could have included quite a few more pictures on this part of the layout as well. So one thing that you could do is you could actually do an insert that has, maybe you're journaling right here, and then maybe 3 4x6 photos that might capture some more of the memories. I didn't have that many great photos, so instead I put my tickets and my set list there. You could easily put a photo right over this and still have room for your tickets to be in the pocket below. So you could put a 4x6 photo here, or a 4x6 that has a collage of a bunch of little photos. You could, instead of doing the set list, put more photos right here as well. So I think that this is a reasonably good idea for doing a little bit more depth than just one page. So I started with this layout that I did at Crop and Create, and this is what I consider a fan page, and I was kind of considering it as a standalone page, and I knew I would do a companion page beside it, but I wasn't really thinking about it as something that had to flow with something else when I made it. I used a silhouette cut from Nicole Nawasad. I hope I say her name right. I never know how to say her name. I know that other people who are friends with her say it differently, so I'm guessing that I mispronounce it. Anyhow, I'm sorry, Nicole. Nicole, and this is available in her shop. It's called Shattered, and I will link to her shop and to this particular file in the information section for this video. But this I just pieced together with pattern paper from the Drops of Jupiter kit, and then I backed it on a piece of cardstock that came in the Drops of Jupiter kit. I did very minimal embellishing, which is what I usually do when I use an elaborate background that involves a lot of paper piecing. I usually just let the paper piecing do most of the talking for the layout. I put a picture. I usually matte the picture just to give it quite a bit of emphasis. I might double matte it or even triple matte it sometimes. And then just a little assortment of embellishments. I have a little small cluster here and a little small cluster here just around the embellishment here. And then the title overlapping with the photo. And the reason I decided to do a fan page right next to and right before I went to the concert was because I knew that I wouldn't get great shots of the band at the concert. I knew that the lighting would be bad. I knew that our seats were way, way, way back from the stage, and that I wouldn't really capture the band. And so I just went online and I found these promotional pictures of them. I just Googled Hedley images and downloaded an assortment of them, and then I printed them up in a collage I use iPhoto for printing my photos. So that's what that looks like. And I really wanted to capture the band because I really like them. I really love Jacob's tattoos in particular. So that I did at Crop and Create. Then I did this layout, and I was thinking as I did this layout, kind of this idea of this 6x12 layout kind of evolved as I was doing this, because I was very mindful of the fact that this layout would have this really beautiful photo. Scott captured this photo here. So for the encore, the main singer in the band, Jake, he shows up in the audience with his guitar, and it actually wasn't very far from us, and just like a spotlight on him. And he was playing a fairly kind of soft song, I guess. And it's called Trip is the name of the song, so that's what I called this layout. I just spelled it out with October Afternoon stickers. And whoops, there's a little scrap on this. Anyhow, I wanted to capture this because it really was the most beautiful photo of all the photos that we took. Actually, really the only nice photo of all the photos that we took. But also, it kind of has this really nice, intimate feel. You can see the dust in the air and just the way that the spotlight is shining on him and all the fans, and some of them have their phones out. It so reminds me of that moment on the concert. Like, this photo really captures the moment quite nicely. So I really wanted the photo to kind of stand for itself. I was also aware of the fact that since I was using such a detailed background on this one as well, that I wouldn't really want to put a whole lot of other pictures and journaling and stuff, because I felt like it would cover it up too much. And so here I was mindful as I was doing this that I wound up with two layouts that don't have a whole lot of room for journaling, and I really want to journal about this. I also knew that I had tickets. I knew that I wanted to keep the set list because I'm big into playlists. So you can check out the process video for this one if you want to know how it came together. It also uses one of Nicole's cut files. This is a free one that I got from the Scrapbook and Cards Today website. And it's actually umbrellas, so it's called beach umbrellas, but I'm using it as like starbursts instead of as umbrellas. So as I was making this, I was mindful of the fact that I would need one more layout, and I didn't want to have, I wanted it to be contained. So if I put one more layout, then I'd have like a back of it that I wasn't sure what I would do with. I didn't know if I wanted to make 4 complete 12 by 12 layouts. I felt like I really wanted 3. So the way that I did it was I decided to do a 6 by 12. So these end up being 2 1.5 page layouts instead of 2 single layouts that kind of coordinate with one another. So I designed this one to be reflective of what was happening in this one, and I didn't want to recut that or deal with that. I actually got this already cut into cardstock from a friend of mine, from Christine Davidson, so I didn't really want to have to track down that file, download it, put it on my Silhouette, and cut it again. So what I did instead was I kind of replicated it by matting. So I cut some chunks out of pattern papers that were here. So all 4 of these layouts, if you consider this a layout and this a layout, all of them use the Drops of Jupiter kit from Scraptastic. So I just cut out some of the same patterns from the kit that I used in this one, and I just pieced it together around the edges because I knew that my journaling would take up most of this. And you can see the process video if you want to see exactly how I did that. And then I just did my journaling on vellum, and I just folded up and layered a whole bunch of pieces of vellum so that it wasn't quite, so it's a little bit see-through. You can still see some of the stars on the pattern paper back there, but it's mostly opaque so that you can really see the writing because there's a lot of it. And yeah, so that's that, and you can check out the process video if you want to see more about that. And then this one I actually did before that. It's designed to be a little bit of a carry through from this one. So this is a 1.5 page, as well as that being a 1.5 page. Whoops. So this is actually 2 of the umbrella cut file. There's a black one and a white one layered underneath of it. So I took the negative space of that and from the negative cutouts from some of those umbrellas, and again I'm using them as more starbursts. But I took 2 of them, layered them in the same way that I did there, just offset them a little bit so that you could see a little tiny bit of the white. I just find that that gives these a lot more contrast than using it alone. And then I took the glassine bags that came in the kit, and I wasn't entirely sure if I'd be able to type on a glassine bag, but I did manage to do it, and I fit the entire playlist, including the encore, right on this glassine bag, and it fits perfectly. So I was really, really pleased with how that turned out. My typewriter gave me a little bit of well, I guess it was more user error than typewriter error, but I really like how kind of casual and rustic things look when you do it on a typewriter. And then I just put there's nothing inside of this envelope, and then in this one I just put our tickets. So that, and I put this pocket at the top so that you can easily reach in it without having to take this right out of its page protector. So, and then I took some of the embellishments from the kit, and you can see the process, so I'm not going to talk too much about it. But I just wanted to share this as an idea. So I'll get a Becky Higgins 6x12 page protector, and I will just nest this right in between the, oh wait a second, wrong way. I will nest it like this, right in between these, and then I end up with two 1.5 page layouts that are about my concert trip. And it captures everything that I really need to capture. I've got the band, I've got that moment, and I think any other photos that I were to put on this would sort of take away from that photo that I think really does a great job of capturing it all. But like I said, if you wanted to put lots more pictures, you could definitely load up like 2 or 3 4x6 photos on this side instead of, and you'd still be able to put a little pocket back there behind your photo to put the tickets if you wanted. And then I don't know, not everybody's crazy about set lists like I am, so you might not need the set list. So I hope that you find this helpful as just another idea for how to scrapbook with lots of pictures or lots of stories to tell and still be able to design it in a way that looks pretty and that you can have fun with the design part as well as documenting your event. So thanks so much for watching, and have a really great scrappy week.